Folks, thank you very much for visiting my channel and come to see me, Jones. It's been a year, something like that, since I've made a video. Please excuse the glasses. I was not sure if I wanted to do this with two black eyes. Maybe not as attractive. Well, you know what? Let's take these off. These are two brown eyes. Got them from my mama. So what I wanted to do here today is I wanted to talk about the Bobbert. I'm calling him Bobbert. Rob Mueller, Bob Mueller. You get me? It's Bobbert now. So Bobbert over here, what, 400 pages, 2 years, millions of dollars, nothing to show for it? That's a big problem. Pretty big problem. Shoot, I'd resign too, or retire, huh? And what I wanted to do here is I wanted to play a few clips, and I wanted to interrupt and talk about them, speak over the audio. Sorry I don't have any, sorry I don't have video for you. It'd be nice to have video and audio, but this is what I got for you. Kind of did this on a whim, so please excuse me. So this is going to be Fox and Friends, and we're going to be 22 seconds in right now, and we'll listen to Jesse, and then it'll turn over to Bobbert Mueller. But I will be interrupting, so we'll be all right.
Was, quote, not an option his team could consider. He explains why.
If we had had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so.
If we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. Well, that's not how justice works, right?
We did not, however, make a determination as to whether the president did commit a crime.
He didn't make a determination whether the president did or did not commit a crime. This is a problem.
Under long-standing department policy, a president cannot be charged with a federal crime while he is in office. Charging the president with a crime was therefore not an option we could consider.
You can't charge a president, a sitting president, and charging a president with a crime it's not an option. And this is what Bobbert Mueller is saying. Well, there's this gentleman named Bill Clinton, and he was going through the impeachment process. The impeachment process is what you would do when you have evidence. When you don't have evidence, well, then there won't be an impeachment process, now will there? So now we got all this talking going on, and it's dividing the country, and we've got some big problems here. The big problem that we have is our country doesn't remember. We're kind of goldfish around here. The internet gets faster, Google gets quicker, all of that, right? And people just don't remember what happened last week or a month ago, and it's just getting ridiculous. People aren't holding on to the information, and they're learning less and less from TV. And now this jerk off's able to say all sorts of stuff, and people follow suit. If there's no evidence, then you've got nothing. You must have evidence before starting an impeachment, or as a normal person, to see a grand jury, there's got to be sufficient evidence. Your feeling, your gut, and all this it should never matter, because justice it is supposed to be blind. Also, listen, and you guys see what's going on. Some people go to jail, some people don't go to jail, all right? But justice is supposed to be blind. There's supposed to be straight up evidence. And this guy is straight up telling you on television, national television, hey, I found nothing. I spent millions of dollars, and it's been a while. I found nothing. I personally think that money Bobbert needs to give back, and it needs to go to the veterans. The reason I say this is because we send these people, like, I'm going to tell you, we send them against their will. Yes, you're in our military, but we're sending people to do our dirty work, and they don't exactly know why they're doing our dirty work, okay? As you know, we go over to other countries, we topple regimes, and we got business in other countries that we shouldn't be doing. Notice no one's shooting missiles over here, okay? That ain't happening, all right? So that was the first half of this. What I want to tell you is that they will now try and stretch this out. But the American public has forgotten about impeachment. They forgot about Bill Clinton. They forgot that, yes, you can do something to a sitting president. But we're like goldfish over here, huh? So here's what's going on. Nancy Pelosi and Jerry Nadler are going to stretch this as far as they can go. So this is Jerry Nadler first, and then Nancy Pelosi. I hope I'm saying his name right. I don't say his name often. I don't see him too often.
it would be unfair to potentially accuse somebody.
Hold on 1 second. Let me actually cue you up. You know what? Let's let Bobbert finish up right here. It'll only be a few seconds.
Of a crime when there can be no court resolution of the actual charge.
But if
When there can be no court resolution of the actual charge. Hey, buddy, if you had 2 brain cells in your brain, you wouldn't have started charging them if you knew that you couldn't charge them. Then what have you been doing? Spending that money on hookers? Tell me what's up. This doesn't make any sense. Let's go to 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And let's look at Jerry Nadler and Nancy Pelosi. Keep the music going. Yeah, let's keep that music going. So Jesse's going to speak and then them.
Pelosi are still out for blood.
As Mueller again highlighted this morning, it falls to Congress to respond to the crimes, lies, and other wrongdoing of President Trump. With respect to impeachment question, at this point, all options are on the table, and nothing should be ruled out.
Nothing is off the table. We're legislating. We're investigating.
He explains why. He explains why.
Oh no, instead of hitting the pause button, I hit the wrong button. Give me 1 second. So what ended up happening is Jerry Nadler is talking about nothing's off the table. So's Nancy Pelosi. And this is Nancy. I got back to it.
We're investigating and we are litigating. No one is above the law, especially the President of the United States. I am gravely disappointed in the Justice Department for their attitude, their misrepresentation of the Mueller report to begin with.
Okay. So you heard what she said. Where she said she's disappointed, all sorts of things. Okay, you're disappointed and all that. But if there's no evidence and you're not going through the laws or whatnot, you're messing this gentleman's name up. You can't tell us exactly the wrongdoing. You can't tell us. You can't point to it with your finger. Then what are you doing? Here's where I'm coming from. I'm 32 years old, and I've managed I've been the operations manager for 3 different construction companies, multi-million-dollar construction companies. There is no way in heck, because I'm always responsible for the equipment, the tools, the material, our customer base, and all of our employees that handle the customer base, okay? And all 3 of those different multi-million-dollar companies, that's a part of my job, is to mess with some serious money. Now, how long has Bobbert been doing this? For a long time. What do you have to show for it? And by the way, if you've got nothing to show for it, I don't know what's wrong with you to come up here and say there's nothing to be found, and then you go ahead and you resign or retire right then and there. Okay? It's disgusting. All right? You know you're not right. The reason I brought up running a business, kind of, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is all this talk and whatnot, it just doesn't make any sense. And you know, it doesn't make sense, and somebody needs to be looking after the money, the time spent, who the time's been spent on. It looks like these rogue people can do whatever they want, and there's no oversight to see exactly what's going on and make sure that this money goes the proper direction. I'm aware I might look very young, and I might be very young, but I'm not a dummy. I got a little bit of a memory. And this just doesn't make sense. 1 + 1 is 2, not 37. They're trying to make it 37. They're trying to make 1 + 1 equal a motorcycle. It's not a part of the equation. It doesn't make sense. So this is what I don't understand, is how they can go up on TV and say these type of things. Now, that was Nancy and Jerry Nadler. Let's go to this gentleman, Gerardo, who is also a part of Fox and Friends, if I'm correct. I don't watch much television, so, you know, I ain't trying to mess something up here. But, 3:07, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Let's do that. All right. This is Gerardo. So Jesse's going to speak for a moment, introduce Gerardo. Gerardo's going to come on and say, I really like Mueller. Let's break down Mueller's words as lawyers. Let's break down his words. So let me challenge Gerardo. Gerardo, let's break down Mueller's words. Let's really do that.
All right, Geraldo, I look at this thing and I'm more confused. The country's more divided. I don't think he added any clarity to his already confusing 400-page report.
You know, I always liked Mueller for his gravitas and his dignity. He always seemed to me to be a straight shooting guy, and I have no reason to change my opinion. But I want, as a lawyer, to analyze what he said because I think it's very important. He sets a new low bar
Right.
in terms of what is, where the criminal culpability begins. He said, if we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so.
If we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. You wouldn't have to say so because you wouldn't have started such an expensive process, right, of doing these investigations. Continue.
The implication is Mueller thinks it is possible that the president committed a crime.
But Gerardo, it's been a long time. Within that time span, within those multi-millions, you got nothing. You have nothing. And you're still wondering? I'm wondering what it is that Mueller's been doing this entire time. What have other agents been doing this whole time? Who is supposed to oversee all of this? Why did this go so rogue and we have such little answers? Inside of 400 pages, you got nothing.
So this is a brand new level of evidentiary, requirement. It's not probable cause that a crime was committed. It's possible that the president committed a crime. It's possible that I'm going to grow another inch next year.
Oh.
It's possible that, I'm going to play for the Boston Red Sox. I think that it was a gratuitous statement. It reminded me a lot of James Comey when he screwed Hillary Clinton in 2016. I don't know where it came from. It's almost as if he had to say something.
James Comey screwing Hillary over in 2016. I don't know what he's talking about because you don't screw Hillary over. She either kills you or screws you over. So I don't understand. By the way, Comey lied. I think he was under oath. Lied, just like Bill Clinton under oath, right? If I'm correct, lied about exonerating Mrs. Clinton. He did a lot of lying, and he's still not in trouble, but he will be in trouble, mark my words. Now, so I've spoken about the impeachment process, right? Listen, it's just ridiculous how they can go up on television and say these type of things, but I can't imagine 100% of the population not calling them out on it. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. This is just terrible, and I'm tired of seeing and hearing these type of things. It's just such an insult to injury. It stings a bit to me. But thank you very much for watching. Hey, it's been a while since I made a video. I appreciate anyone who's seen it. Thank you. Please leave a comment if possible.